I think this budget, it was really quiet from a tax perspective, at least compared to the 2016 budget, which had a lot of significant tax policy changes in it. There was no personal or corporate income tax rate changes in this budget. There was no changes to the R&D program in this budget. And a couple of the highly anticipated measures that were talked about prior to the budget, one being the capital gains inclusion rate, which a lot of people thought was going to be increased to 75% from the current rate of 50%, didn't materialize in the budget, nor did anything to do with the stock option deduction.
For MNP clients who are entrepreneurs, who have successful businesses, a lot of them are wondering and concerned with the ability to pass the business to the next generation. And if the capital gains tax rate were increased from its current 50% inclusion rate up to a 75% inclusion rate, that's a substantial amount of money that the business owner would have to find in order to pass the business to the next generation. Or even on a sale of a business, the after-tax proceeds would have been substantially lower.
The benefits of what we saw for our clients was that they didn't make tax rate changes, increase tax rate changes. It's great that they didn't touch the capital gains, because that impacts a lot of people's savings. It impacts a lot of private companies and entrepreneurs. So from that perspective, we were pleased to see it.
One thing of interest is the Department of Finance did announce that they're reviewing certain measures that provide income splitting for private companies, and that's significant because it's part of everyday tax planning that we do for our clients. But they're looking at sprinkling of dividends to family members. So whether that's directly through share ownership or through a family trust, they're reviewing that. They're also reviewing plans where you're converting dividends into capital gains to get a better rate. So they said they'd come out with a paper on that over the next couple of months, and that'll possibly have significant implications to a lot of our clients.
We are happy that the government is looking at spurring on innovation, because innovation is important to entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are innovators. That's how we drive our economy. It would have been good to see some more specifics on how they were going to do it.
Canada, as a nation, needs to focus on things that it can do really well as opposed to just okay. The jobs of tomorrow are really important, and training or retraining people who are currently unemployed or underemployed, really important. But the fundamental nature of it is that we are largely a resource-based country. So we need to make sure that whatever innovations that do come out, like be it digital or so forth, that we can dedicate certain resources to getting our products out of the ground.
And there's a bit of a battle between whether or not the government is the best person or body to make those decisions as to where the capital should flow, as opposed to allowing the private sector to make those decisions. So that's something that we'll have to wait and see how that plays out.
They expanded the tuition tax credit to help certain individuals who are taking second language courses, for example, that are not at a post-secondary education level. So that was now included in the education tax credit, and some changes to deal with dealing with elderly parents and relatives. There was 3 tax credits before. They've now been combined into 1 credit.
Commuters are going to be a little bit disappointed with the fact that their public transit pass tax credit has been eliminated. For people in, let's say people in Montreal, where a public transit pass costs about $120, $140 a month, it's probably equal to getting 2 months of 12 free because of the elimination of that 15% non-refundable tax credit for transit passes. Other commuters might be in a higher cost jurisdiction, and therefore it might have been almost equal to 3 months potentially.
The Department of Finance has allocated more money to CRA to again go after aggressive tax filing and offshore tax structures. So I think for our clients, we can expect maybe a bit more review by CRA in the upcoming years. I think the Canadian, there's still some uncertainty in the markets and in the global markets, but I think the economy is fairly strong in Canada. I think they're still spending on infrastructure. There's a real commitment to continue to create jobs in this economy, and I think Canada should be in fairly good shape going forward.